Sunrise alarms simulate gradual sunsets at night and gradual sunrises in the morning to help you fall asleep and wake up more naturally by tricking your biological hardware. I've tested the best sunrise alarm clocks and a few of the worst. These are our favorites. Welcome to another episode of Tech Perpetual. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest uploads. Let's get into today's video. 𝐻OME Sunrise Alarm Clock. Yanking it out of the box, the build quality of this thing smacked me right upside the head. A solid metal stand and touch-sensitive buttons for $40? Hell yes! It's simple to use and the light on the sunset setting was warm and relaxing. The artificial sunrise was enough to rouse me out of bed, but it wasn't too bright. There are nature sounds like birds and ocean waves to help you wake up too. It did a good job of casting enough light when it was the only lamp in my otherwise dark bedroom, but it's a bit on the small side, and because of its headlamp-like shape, it shines most in a particular direction. The light's also not as diffused as the higher-end alarms on this list. Certainly enough to read by before bed, but not quite as able to bathe the whole room in light. It's still plenty bright to help wake you up though. You can dim or turn off the LED display. For people like me who have always hated seeing glowing numbers in an otherwise dark room, the latter's a great option. I'll never understand why more alarms don't offer it. It's a steal at $40, especially when the extras like multicolor mood lighting, access to an FM radio, and center snooze button that's easy to hit. Philips Smart Sleep Wake Up Light, HF3520. Why is this so heavy and big? Those were my first thoughts when I took Philips' alarm clock out of the box. It reminded me of my college job at a hot rod shop, lugging around headlights from the old 1950s Mercurys and Chevys. That's a good thing. The Philips HF3520 oozes build quality and is easily the nicest alarm in this guide. It has the usual features such as an audible alarm, 5 natural wake-up sounds, and an FM radio. The lens is convex, and some light shines through the back of the casing, so it casts light in more directions than other headlight-shaped sunrise clocks I reviewed, like the 𝐻OME and TOTO-BAY. Light is beautifully diffused, which keeps the rays from being blinding. That's especially nice in a dark room when your pupils are enlarged and particularly susceptible to harsh light. The more upscale Philips Smart Sleep model barely beats it out in the quality of light, but the HF3520 has the second nicest light quality in this roundup. The clock display and touch controls are a cut above the cheaper alarms. This would be my top pick if it wasn't so expensive. It's 5 times the price of the 𝐻OME, but it's not 5 times the alarm. Perhaps it's worth it if you have a particularly large bedroom and want the extra light for reading as you settle into bed. It is nicer to look at though. Casper Glow Light. You've got to hand it to Casper for intuitive design. To start the sunset program before bed, just flip the alarm over. There's a button on top to pause and unpause it, and when it's sitting on the charging pad, just turn it to adjust the brightness. Everything else, like setting wake-up schedules and adjusting the length of the sunsets and sunrises in 15-minute increments up to 90 minutes, is controlled through the app. It has only one shade of light, and while you can adjust the brightness, you can't make it warmer, yellower, or cooler, bluer, but it's a gorgeously warm yellow light. You can pair several together, and they'll sync so you can have one in the living room and another in the bedroom, which will ease the whole apartment into a sunset as you near bedtime. Or just have 2 on both nightstands. They recharge on a pad the size of a coaster. Of all the sunrise alarms I tested, this was the best at evenly lighting up a dark room. It's also the only wireless model I tested, so I could start a sunset in the living room and bring it with me into the bedroom later. But it's $130 and doesn't have a clock, a radio, or an audible wake-up buzzer. If you ban your phone from the nightstand every night and need an alarm clock that can be programmed to scream at you precisely at 6:30 a.m., you'll need a different sunrise alarm. Philips Smart Sleep Connected Sleep and Wake Up Light Therapy Lamp. After testing some of the more affordable options on this list, I was ready to say I couldn't recommend a $270 alarm clock. But the Smart Sleep, formerly known as the 𝐸𝐴𝐤, nailed the basics of what a sunrise alarm should be, then piled on a bunch of customizable features you won't find on other devices. First off, the light spreads over the walls like warm butter. It's somewhat directional, but the hole in the middle and convex shape casts light at wider angles than other directional alarms. The light quality is slightly ahead of the other premium alarms on this list, and you can select from 4 light profiles. Setting it up was simple. As soon as I plugged it in, the alarm lit up with directions to download the Philips app on my phone. You can control it through the touch-sensitive controls on the alarm's face, but the best way to operate all of its features is through the app. Don't bother with the non-Wi-Fi model. You can even follow a guided breathing exercise through the light to relax before bed, and the wake-up sounds aren't gimmicky. I loved waking up to the gentle chirping of birds. Still, it's $200. That's some expensive sleep. 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐺𝐭. The 𝐦𝐨 has the most relaxing sounds before bed and when waking up in the morning. There are 16 of them. Some sounds, like those they call heartbeat and trance, remind me of science fiction films like Event Horizon, but most of them are more natural and offer a very calming effect. Storm chimes and river are my favorites. There's also a guided breathing exercise where a voice instructs you when to take in breaths, hold them, and release them over a soothing track in the background, and it gets me in the mood for bed every time. The see-through cloth cover allows the digital clock menu items to shine through while hiding unlit display settings that aren't in use, a premium touch. Color patterns such as Aurora, a rainbow effect, and Pulse, a colored checkerboard pattern, are fun, but they don't keep me relaxed or wake me up. The Zynergy doesn't light up the room nearly as much as the other alarms, so I wouldn't use it to wind down while reading in bed the way I used the others. It was more like a night light I'd set before climbing into bed and letting it lull me to sleep as it gradually lowered its light. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.